Hello, friends. Greetings from planetOZ. You know, I've encountered a person or two who was maybe in a cynical mood when they would say, I think Earth is a prison planet. Or, I think Earth is a purgatory. Or, I think this is a godforsaken realm. That was my Middle Earth voice. Is Earth any of these things? That's what we're talking about here. And I don't know if you can hear that, but there is an elevator in this building that is on its last leg. So if this is the last planetOZ film and you don't see me again, then just don't worry. I've fallen down an elevator shaft. So this is the topic, and what follows comes from esoteric teachings. So as they say, takes what resonates. All right, so is the Earth any of these terrible, awful things? Why do we think that it is this awful place? Why does it even have this reputation? And if it isn't these things, then what is it? Well, so just cutting to the quick, the short answer is no. Generally speaking, it's not any of these things. But are we wrong that we would even think that? I mean, people think that this place just like it sucks sometimes. And so, sometimes it sucks so bad that it makes it easy to doubt that there's anything or anyone out there or whatever. It's just easy to feel like we're alone. And it's easy to get looped into the material paradigm and just think, it's raw, cold science and math, and that's how I ended up here, and it's just going to work its way through its thing, and that's that. Because if there was a creator, or if there were, if there was some spiritual realm or some help or advanced intelligence or whatever, then this place wouldn't be like it is. It's like self-evident proof. How do I know that people say this all the time? How do I know there's no God? Well, look what's happening in the world. One might argue in the infinite realm of possibilities, couldn't it be infinite things for everybody? Yeah. So technically it could be any one of these things if somebody imagines that that's an appropriate place and experience for them and goes forward with it with that in mind. I don't think it's actually a prison planet or a purgatory in the sense of like any sort of third party or any other person actually sending someone to damnation. This would be the result of some sort of karmic thing or whatnot, which I'll kind of touch on in a minute, because in my view it's a little bit of the truth. But first I wanted to start by talking about why or whether or not we should believe that we are in any way unusual, or are we wrong in our perception that this place can be negative? What do we relate that to? So in an infinite universe, how do you label something negative or positive, or this is better, or this is rough, or this is whatever? Well, in an infinite universe, you can't, but the esoteric teachings do talk about what goes on in our local area of the universe. Let's say, our galaxy or something like that. If you measure it or you look at it in those terms, then we have something with which we can relate things to each other. And in that sense, yeah, this place is rough. that is the conclusion. We are not wrong. It is rough. And so why is it rough? There could be many, many reasons for coming here, but there are billions of souls, at least at the human level, incarnate here on this planet, who are here on purpose for a reason, as a fit for whatever this is. And if it's not a prison and it's not purgatory and it's not a godforsaken realm, then what would be something that we could equate this to, at least in relative terms, compared to the rest of our galaxy, let's say? Why is this place rough? This place is rough because it's fast. It's not bad or good or anything like that. It's fast. This is in terms of what this place is and what it represents for evolution and for evolving evolution, the evolving evolution of consciousness, your consciousness, and the evolution of spirit, your spiritual evolution, and that journey. With all of that in mind, this place is fast. So basically what that means, again, not either bad or good, but in essence, the level of forgetfulness in terms of forgetting our true nature, forgetting our infinite nature, forgetting that we are of and are the creator, that level of forgetting is very high here in relative terms. It's higher than it is in other places, and so as a consequence of that, we are lost. We are lost much deeper in the illusion than other places are, and therefore that manifests in a lot of the chaos and the misery and the suffering that is going on here, that causes people to believe this must be a prison or a hell or something of that nature. So, fast. I would ask you this question. I was thinking about this in relation to, as I was getting ready to do this. I asked myself about impatience. Impatience came to mind. Patience, impatience. I was thinking about that because that's definitely something that I personally have struggled with my whole life, and I continue to work on it. It's just an ongoing thing, being impatient. And I'm just going to suspect that a lot of you might consider yourself to be impatient to a point at which you would want to correct, ideally, if you could. And I think that's probably something very common on this planet because of the fact that it's fast. And when you think about it, patience is where is your patience in your muscle fibers? Where is your patience in your bones? Where is it stored? Where is it within the body? Where is it in the gray matter of your mind? Where is your patience at? Can you go to a doctor and tell them you want to be more patient, and then they'll do an operation on you and they'll take out that impatience? You can't. No, it's not a physical thing. It's not in your body. It's not the body. So what that means is that your impatience, if you feel like you have that, is part of your soul. It's a consciousness thing. So all of those aspects of us that are consciousness, the non-physical aspects of ourselves, those things that aren't part of the matter of the body and all of that stuff, those are the things that we're taking with us, one life to the next, and that is how we represent in between lives. We are the consciousness. So your individuation of consciousness is your impatience, or your patience is part and parcel of that. So in the afterlife, let's say, this is, I'm just putting this together from all of these sources, but in the afterlife, what this basically amounts to is that you might still feel that you are experiencing impatience. Or still working on patience or impatience, and as a consequence, desire a forum, a galvanizing forum in which to do it, in which to work on that. Or you want to work on all of these other things about yourself, but you want to do it fast. Speed is the priority because you're impatient. It's okay. It's one of the balancing polarities, and clearly you must not be the only one if there are billions of people here working on this and other things. But anyway, if you have a menu of choices, there's nothing wrong with choosing the fast option over the slow option, but fast might be a wild ride. So the speed, just to put it in further context of what is discussed in these teachings regarding kind of our local area in relative terms. And one other aspect of that is that we have, supposedly we have short lifespans. In relative terms, we have short lifespans. Hundreds of years is not uncommon, thousands of years. And, here it's about 100 years. So why is that? Well, again, it's related to the same thing. It has to do with the speed. It isn't a mystery to anybody on the other side of this. It isn't a surprise to anybody that this is rough and that this can be heavy. So so as a consequence, there is kind of a balancing. You could live for 1,000-year incarnation in another place where things are more peaceful, and you can work on yourself gradually over that 1,000 years, and might be an amazing way to do it. But it is more time. In other words, it is more of the infinite now that we're experiencing. So nows. How many nows do you want to spend? 1,000 years worth of now you want to do in order to make progress on this schedule? Or do you want to do 100 years of now in order to move through this all quicker? So anyway, all of this heaviness, all of this chaos, all of this craziness about this realm, not a bug. It's a feature simply meant to offer on the menu a certain speed, and a speed that might come with chaos, but anyway, presumably, you were well informed of the state of things when you made your decision to come here, so you must have had good reason to do so. So, all right. So anyway, there you have it. Not a present planet, not a purgatory, not a godforsaken realm. Bye from planetOZ.